Ladies and gentlemen of the crypto space, we're live on a Thursday, April 15th at 11:24 a.m. Let's get this party started. DeFi's on fire, absolute magical fire, like the blue fire, the fancy fire. Some of the little sparkle action, some crazy stuff's going on. So, what am I watching? What am I looking at? How do I see the markets? I'm not going to look at any charts today. We don't need to. We're going to look at price action. We'll take a peek at CoinGecko and we'll give some a rundown of what's going on, and we'll try and piece together and things that are actionable, choices that could be made, opportunities that can be had, and we'll consider our risk management strategy. And you guys need to be prepared for when things go 20, 30, 40, 50, 500%, and you're taking profits on the way up. Portions of the portfolio are solid, you know, Ethereum, Bitcoin, clearly that's the long-term narrative, but smaller risk assets are volatile. They'll go up massive amounts, they'll come down massive amounts, so we need to have the experience of taking dollar profits. Always be prepared to be able to know what you're going to liquidate, have about 25, 30, maybe even more percent of your portfolio dollar denominated, earning Boku bucks, earning yield and interest, cold hard cash, an income stream. Today's episode is sponsored by Change Angel, the non-custodial swap exchange for social goods. Stop depositing on exchanges, not your keys, not your crypto, non-custodial DeFi, or nothing at all. Bam! Let's pop it over to the main screen and see who's in the stream. Got Kels in the house, always a pleasure. Winner in trading, I try my best. Costco wants me to talk about the Uni V3 NFT vaults. Ooh, yeah, there are. Excuse me. Crypto chicks in the house. Always a pleasure. Jay Nice, Rupert. Wow, first like. That's right, winner. Heirloom. All right, let's rock and roll. 16 people in the stream, 3 likes. We can do better. Bitcoin is horizontal, just above its most previous all-time high. 64 and change probably was its most recent top. Notably, if you look briefly on the last 7-day charts on the right, Bitcoin looks a bit bearish. Not too worried. The Bitcoin narrative is irrespective of the price charts. That fits into the global macro narrative of the world of fiat currencies and sovereign monetary policy. Bitcoin stands alone. There is no asset that's comparable. Yeah, you can look at technicals, you can play the technicals, but that's not part of the way I manage the portfolio. Ethereum's red hot. The gas fees are ridiculously awesome today. 73 GUI right now for an instant transaction. That's crazy. You're talking about significantly reduced gas fees with the Berlin update. At least that's what's playing out. That's massive. I've been playing with Matic. It's absolute fire. I get that cash from Ellipsis on Binance Chain. Matic blows Binance Chain out of the water. Binance Chain is fast and all, but it's expensive compared to Matic. Matic is basically free. It's crazy, and it operates the same exact way. And the best part is, I want to show you guys this Chrome tabbing feature. That's another thing that changed everything. So I moved some cash over to Matic. So if you go over to the dashboard with about 155 in the USDT, earning 32%. Matic. I never had Matic, so I'm getting some free Matic. Matic's building. And it's literally, you compound it. You get a bunch, I get a couple $100 worth of Matic a day. I claim it, I throw it in here, and I'm earning 23% on the Matic. To top it all off, it's 14.47% yield on the principal at 9.76% yield on the Matic principal. That's crazy sauce. What's awesome about this is 14.47. This cash right here is borrowed from Bitcoin. I'm using MakerDAO on Ethereum to borrow Tether on Bitcoin. I transfer that Tether over to Matic, which is a relatively trivial process. You throw it into Aave and you're getting that cold hard cash. And I'm diversifying actually into an asset that I have not historically held. And that's wonderful. Small position. I don't care. This is all just me having a position that I didn't have. I'm actually extremely bullish on Matic. It's an absolutely ridiculous network. Operates as an EVM compatible network. It operates identically to Ethereum. And if Binance Smart Chain is any foreshadow For what's going to play out, yeah, this network is going to be absolute fire. You guys realize in one day there's a $500 million. This is one day, boys and girls. That's some serious stuff. And dare we talk about the other networks? So Cosmos is absolutely on fire. What else is on fire? I mean, is there anything not on fire today? Cosmos is on fire. Polkadot's on fire. Everything's moving. Crazy sauce. And I'm expecting Matic. Matic's going to get the attention it deserves. It's literally an EVM compatible network, operates just like Ethereum except blazing fast, and the bridge is extraordinarily seamless. You could literally go to Zappify, you could do the bridge, or oh, wrong screen. Or you could go here and you go to the Matic web wallet and you could do bridging. Pretty straightforward process, nothing to write home about whatsoever. So you go in your wallet. Show you guys real quick if the browser is actually responsive. Ethereum mainnet. Well, no, you're on Ethereum mainnet, and this is basically how you transfer. You connect with your Ethereum. Why is it prompting me? Maybe I have to sign a message. Yeah. Oh, I'm not logged in on my Ledger device. Anyway, so you log in and literally it's from to, it looks like a swap function on Uniswap, and you transfer from Ethereum to Polygon, and bam, you got whatever the heck you want on Polygon. And obviously, you got your Aave assets, and they're throwing around some yield. You get 10% on Bitcoin, you get 7% on Ethereum, and 32% on USDT and 23 on Matic. So this is a crazy sauce, boys and girls. Absolutely, absolutely impressive to interact with. Let's keep it going in the stream. I don't want to miss anything. Hourglass in the house. Josh, Satar, XTK or Visor. It's not for me to say one or the other or both. It's not for me to say anyone should ever buy an asset, but I'm about to talk about those assets. That is what I want to do. Any min amount dollar needed to provide liquidity in Uniswap. Well, you got to obviously cover gas costs, and it has to be reasonably lucrative. Bear in mind, what's the purpose of providing liquidity? Um, I would argue, first and foremost, don't think about liquidity. Think about it as a protective position. If you pair with a USDC or stablecoin of your choice, you have dollar protectiveness added to your position. Ethereum USDC, you're protecting your dollar value while being exposed to asymmetric appreciation of Ethereum. If you pair an asset with Ethereum, you're protected by the price action of Ethereum. Double volatile pool pairing, we've talked about this before, is going to have an increasing risk profile as compared to pairing with a dollar stablecoin. If you want to be dollar protective, you pair with a dollar stablecoin. If you want to be Ethereum price protective, you pair with Ethereum. Ethereum can be volatile. Right now, the volatility is to the upside, but as we know, volatility goes to the downside as well. Frank, my man. Arf, yo, Noah, Visor XTK and a tear today. Woo, woo. I'm like 120% on Visor. I'm up 100 and something percent on Method at this point. XTK is just gonna melt faces next month. And it's a month and a half. When V3 comes out, these assets, nobody understands them. Let me go through the rest of the comments, and then I'm going to talk about them. Thank for these very interesting strategies. I used to understand maybe 0.1%. Now I'm up to 25%. Kill us. That's the way we do things, one step at a time. Hourglass, where are my Link Marines? Link is very bullish, and I haven't been looking at the charts, but that's one of the few positions that I would have loved to have, or I'd love to have. I just don't have the capital. You can't own everything you want. What does Method offer instead of XTK Visor? Nothing. They're going to do comparable things. It's like Starbucks versus Dunkin' Donuts versus another coffee shop. They all sell coffee, don't they? But they all have their unique nuances. You're not going to be able to know which one's better than the other until really the projects mature. Albeit, X Token Market has already existing products. So X Token Market has been in operation before even Uniswap v3 came on the radar with the NFT vaults. Uniswap X Token Market wraps Kyber Network, Synthetics, 1inch, and Aave for auto compounding functionality, and they're just spitting out gains left and right. Absolutely awesome asset. Let me go back to Ethereum and I'll load up the user interface. Oh, I'm on Ethereum, connect wallet. So, I mean, the percent yields have been like this for a long time, and it's basically just cash. This is a cash machine at this point. Now, here's the kicker. You're pairing against Ethereum. So just as you were asking, Ryan, uh, these are an asset that you're stabilizing against the Ethereum price. So one, you have exposure to Ethereum. Two, for instance, the highlighted one, you have exposure to Aave, which is ripping today as well. But by pairing assets, one, you're producing a revenue stream. Two, you are producing some sort of stability, whether it's Ethereum price stability or dollar stability. In this instance, Ethereum price action stability. And to top it all off, you're getting incentivized to do so by X token, which we're extraordinarily bullish on because of the Uniswap V3's narrative. That's the bottom line. Keep it going. Carlos managed to get in on Matic. Yeah, enjoy. Phantom's going to get there. I mean, it's just going to be nonstop. The second people start realizing the bridges and half the difficulty is liquidity and monetary velocity, which is Aave, and that's why Matic's going to be absolute fire. Uh, DeFi is built on Aave. If you guys don't know, the capacity to lend and borrow is the fundamental driver of monetary velocity in a financial system. So Aave is pretty much, along with Compound and a couple of other minor lenders and borrowers, relatively speaking, they're the prime drivers of monetary velocity in the DeFi space on Ethereum thus far. So the fact that Aave is on Matic is not just a foreshadow; it's empirically the case that it's Matic's going to be serious. Uh, Combine that with the Binance Smart Chain foreshadow, meaning everyone was so desperate to deal with Ethereum fees, they literally piled into Binance Smart Chain, even though it's not Binance Smart Chain is getting absolutely no attention from the core Ethereum DeFi developers, any of the new stuff. Well, I mean, then again, you got Alpha and Alpha is definitely not something to write off. That's a big deal protocol. And 1inch went on Binance Smart Chain. So a couple of them FOMO'd in. I think Matic's going to get much more attention. It's open, decentralized, permissionless, none of this geo restriction, 21 validator bullshit that comes along with operating on the Binance Smart Chain. Good morning, Dr. DeFi. Dr. T says this is Dr. DeFi in the house, session in progress. Trevor, always a pleasure. Sir TQT, what are your thoughts on curve price and lagging YVE curve Dow price? Don't have an opinion on YVE curve Dow price. Personally, I'd rather have VE curve. I want to own part of the protocol. Uh, that's where what I'll say in that regard. Curve price is crazy. It's $4. I bought curve my position. I at 50,000 curve at 25 cents. It is $4. Curve is the forex of the crypto space. It just is what it is. Um, I have not come across APY. I've seen it in brevity, but I haven't given it much attention. Visor is going to allow for single-side LP staking and Uni with automated strategies. Yes. Huh. And that's exactly what XTK is going to do, and that's exactly what Method's going to do, and that's exactly what Mist is going to do, and that's exactly the biggest thing right there. You don't have to look into those protocols more than 2 seconds uh, to see the immediate use case. Now, clearly, it gets more sophisticated. The platforms are going to want to differentiate from one another and introduce unique functionality, but you're looking too far into it. They have to do basically nothing to explode in value. Why? Because you got 200,000 people using Uniswap and they put their money in to an LP position and they're used to seeing interest 5%, 10%, 20%, whatever the yield is on a pool, on a liquidity pool. That doesn't work like that on L3, Uniswap V3. The reinvest is not automatic. There's no auto compounding. And when you go to sell your LP position on Uniswap V3 and you could sell like 25%, 15%, whatever you want to sell, you can't do that on V3. They're non fungible tokens. Either have a position or you don't. It's binary. It's non fungible, meaning it cannot be broken down into smaller components. You can't sell 10% of your position. If you got 10 grand in an LP position, you can't take out a grand. It's non fungible. So these 4 projects are pretty much the projects that are going to facilitate the Uniswap v3 fungibility. You guys see why my interest is peaked. You got 200,000 people, or whatever the heck is operating on Uniswap nowadays. V3 is going to drop, and Uniswap v3 is not going to operate anything like they're used to. They're not going to know what to do. They're going to have no idea what the heck the word fungible means. And most people, yeah, they play around with NFTs. They're buying something, but they still don't understand what fungible means. The reason they don't understand what fungible means is if they knew what fungible means, XTK, Visor, Mist, and Method would have already 100x'd. That's it. It's the most incredibly obvious thing I've ever seen, other than the Rook play when I got in at $65, and the only other play that was incredibly obvious to me was Kyber Network and Bancor back in 2020, about March 2020. Those things ripped 10x a piece. Possibly ARF. Possibly. He said Visor is a mini Wi-Fi. Possibly. Possibly. I don't, it's a different ball game, but the capacity to custody LP positions and do strategic strategies and automation strategies, merely just auto reinvest and compounding. So when a liquidity pool says 5-10% interest on Uniswap V3, you're not getting any of that unless you reinvest. And these NFT wrappers for Uniswap v3 basically turn Uniswap v3 into the same exact way that Uniswap v2 operated. So it makes it the way everyone is used to experiencing Uniswap v2. That's the big deal. Suggestion on adding to an already profitable DGB buy. I'm not interested in DigiBuy right now. I'll be interested when it's about 18, 19 cents. Right now, it's not bullish at all. It's nowhere near all-time high. It's nowhere near breaking out. And clearly, maybe you're looking at a dollar denominated price. But you got to remember, the whole market's inflated, and the Fed juiced the market. So basically, for DigiBuy to get back to bullishness, it really needs to be about 18, 19 cents, in my opinion. And that's based on the technical charts. We're talking about, I think, a 200 SMA, a 200 EMA, and like the weekly and the monthly. Until that happens, it's not technically bullish. Yeah, and the dollar's on the table, by the way, very, very easily for DigiByte. The genius guy, but bear in mind, the dollar's on the table for DigiByte, but Bitcoin has appreciated mind-blowingly. So just because DigiByte goes to $1, you probably make more money with other assets. DigiByte to $1 is not going to make a lot of money compared to a lot of assets. That's the bottom line. So $1 is actually pretty cheap. If you want to make decent money, you'd have to compare the technicals and the price appreciation that other assets experience. But you're probably looking at a couple of bucks this time around, and it's like it's going to be no big deal because the other assets have gone 3, 4, 5, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000% in Bitcoin denomination. And that's what matters, because if you're not going up against Bitcoin, you might as well own Bitcoin. See what I'm saying? You own the thing that's outperforming. I always tell you guys, value transfers from the asset that's underperforming to the one that's outperforming. So if Bitcoin's outperforming DigiByte, you own Bitcoin, even though DigiByte just went 100% on the money. See what I'm saying there? Let's keep it going. DeFi dollar will be on both Matic and BSC. Yeah, there's plenty of DeFi dollars. Stable coins. It's hot. There's a lot of them. How do you calculate your position value for pools like Visor if Visor does not provide it through their UI? Not quite sure what you mean. Oh, you mean I don't know. I use Delta, and I have Ethereum and I have Visor. I don't really tabulate the pool adjustments. I just aggregate a more or less rough quantity of each individual asset that I have. And obviously, in a pool position like Visor Ethereum, it's constantly adjusting. I'm not taking that into account. So generally speaking, my Delta app says more or less what I have, and I'm okay with that. I don't see a way other than Zapper Zapper does a great deal, but Zapper doesn't have Visor, doesn't have smaller assets, doesn't have micro cap assets, which basically XTK These are micro cap assets, relatively speaking. They're not running around at $5 billion market caps. I see XTK Advisor already pumping. Do you think I'm too late? I do not know. That's that's not my position to say, my friend. Advisor's up. I was an advisor at like 40 cents. It's like $1.06. That was the quickest 30 grand I ever made. Nah, I probably done better with other plays also. XTK is 84. It was at a buck 20, crashed to like 60 and change, 60 cents and change, and now it's at 84. XTK is right around where it's been for a bit now, up 21%, I believe, day over day. Method is up 50%. Oh my God, run around 25 cents. That boy, Method at 10 cents. Ooh. So Method was a small position. I didn't put much money. It's a micro mini cap run around, and when I bought it at like $2.25 million, now it's at $5 million, $6 million market cap. These are your choices, guys. It's a tough call. What I would argue from a portfolio balance structure is that the riskier asset, the smaller cap asset, you want the smaller quantity. And the reason I like that ideology is because it's counterintuitive. You would think to put as much money as possible into the asset that could go up in price as much as possible. But now doing that, your goal is to make as much money as possible. What is everyone else's goal? To make as much money as possible. What do you not want to do? What everyone else wants to do. So for me and my stubborn contrarian ass, I operate the opposite. I don't want to make as much money as possible. So instead of focusing on trying to make as much money as possible, I focus on portfolio balance, which means to keep my portfolio balanced, I need less of the smaller position and more of the larger position. If the larger position could go up 10% and the smaller position could go up 50, 100%, and that keeps the portfolio in balance. So that's my focus, and I do it because it's contrarian, and it's not the way everyone else operates. That's the reason, very explicit reason. Would love to hear your take on leverage. Worth it for some XKT? Leverage? No. No. Look at that. One, where the heck are you going to leverage XDK? Two, stop gambling. Focus on your portfolio structure, focus on balance and risk, and you got to know how to take profits. You got to know how, at this point, it's hard to play Curve because Curve's $4 and that's expensive. You got to know how Yearn operates. You got to know how Aave operates, and you got to have experience putting cash dollars into those platforms because that's what you have to do when the market's hot. Because when the market's not, it's too late. So that means you put dollars into Aave and Yearn when the market is hot. So if you're making gains on your assets, you don't wait for them to start going down. You sell a bit here and there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do things differently. People are like, no, I'm not selling, it's going up. Yeah, that's exactly why when it's going up, you sell because everyone else doesn't want to. Don't do the opposite of what everyone wants to do. Literally, just do the opposite, and you're going to be more successful. Keep going. Arf, cheers, Noah. Thank you. I try. I am JD2281. Sir, is Digibyte TNX? I don't know what TNX is. I don't know, my friend. Chet in the house. My man just joined. Might have missed this, but why is XTK less APR than XTK 1inch? It's dilution. So XTK, X token, allocated a specific quantity to incentivize the pull positions, and that specific quantity of incentive is spread out amongst the amount of capital put into the position. So as there's more capital in the position, each individual participant receives less incentive. That's the way that works, my friend. Same with XCK and Aave. Where is it? X token. Man, I mean, look at this. This thing's an extra 7,000 here, an extra 8,000 here. This one I was relatively new. I got into Kyber late. An extra 900 there, an extra 4,400. That's just, it's just saying, hey, Noah, stay here. Sit down, put up your feet, grab a whiskey and a cigar, and stay a while. It's comfortable here. I'm in the Method Telegram channel, and literally, like, staking just launched this morning. And like 2 hours later, people are like, I'm trying to take some value out of my stake or claim my rewards, and it's not working. There's a technical reason why it's not working. But who the heck is trying to claim $20 worth of a micro mini cap on in 2 hours after it just launched? Do you really need the $20? If you need the $20, you probably shouldn't be in a position like that. You probably should be in dollars and trying to understand money management and how to accumulate more money. And the primary means of accumulating more cash, dollar stable coins, is work. So you have to get first your life in order and spend less than you make at work. So you could throw 200, 300, 500, 1,000, whatever the hell your income is, $5,000 a week into a bank account. There's your bank account. And now you're accumulating capital. There's no easy money. If you're trying to turn $100 into $1 million, you're dreaming. If you treat crypto like it's easy money, you will fail. It's not easy money. You need to understand a little bit of macro financials, which is why I talk about it. No one else is going to talk about that shit. To know what drives these money systems that are being created. And then you need to appreciate why these money systems are profound and evolutionary. And then you also have to have control over your finances. You have to have control over your portfolio and execute contrarian ideology to not do what everyone else does. Because, oh, the new hot coin, everyone else is going to buy it. It's going to go up 5,000%, and then it's going to crash 50%, and you're going to be like, shit, I lost my money. Whereas I'm telling you, when it's up, 2,500%, you sell. And then it goes up another 100%. All right, you didn't make that money. Missing out on gains is not the same as losing money. Period. That's the bottom line. James, Band just announced partnership with Google Cloud. I got a band position. Now you're making me take a look at my band position. 33%. Woohoo! I mean, literally, I don't think there's an asset in the portfolio right now that's not up like 40% today. That's crazy sauce. Costco says, do you think XTK will take market share of NFT Vault, or is there room for all? There's room for all. That's why I'm like, it's like the metaphor is you're driving down the street, there's a giant neon sign flickering saying fungibility. All you have to do is think this to understand the opportunity at hand. How many people in the general public have ever heard of the word fungible? Now think of the people, the vast majority of people using Uniswap, random person, just an average Jane or Joe. How many you think understand what fungible is? How many understand the implications of fungible that I've described in this stream? I'm not digging on anyone. It's a sophisticated word. And, almost everything I talk about is very sophisticated ideology. But they don't understand the implications of fungible. They're not going to be able to sell 10% of their position. They're going to get no interest on their LPs. That's exactly where third-party providers were said specifically to come into the picture to facilitate fungibility and LP position automation, which includes reinvestment and other liquidity mining strategies and a variety of things that these platforms are building. There's plenty of room for all those boys. This nobody knows what's going to play out, but all I know is Uniswap V3 LP positions are non-fungible, and third parties are going to facilitate fungibility, which means and these third parties are $20 million market cap assets. And you're talking about a $17 billion DeFi trading platform. If that's not obvious, and you're driving down the street and you see a blinking neon sign saying opportunity, fungibility, hashtag fungibility, I don't know what is a better opportunity. The last, as I've said, I've only seen two opportunities like this in my entire crypto investment career. And I said that was Rook. I made like 1,200% on Rook. It's like that was a 400 grand or something like that, in all honesty. And Kyber Network and Synthetics. I don't. Oh my God, I forgot about Synthetics. So Kyber Network and Bancor ripped 10x. Synthetics just kept going. I bought Synthetics at 70 cents, and I rode that thing to like $8. And this is when I had a much smaller portfolio. I literally had 90% smaller portfolio when I was playing those assets in 2020, in March 2020. But I account Synthetics for creating the foundation of my portfolio's what it is today. Um, so here's a kicker. This is how much Synthetics I had. So Synthetics, every week you get interest. You get Synthetics. So I had so much Synthetics that I sold every drop of my Synthetics, and I kept all the interest. My interest I have 1,185 Synthetics worth 25 grand. That's how much interest I had in Synthetics. It appreciated significantly. It went for like 400% on the money, but I was out of Synthetics at like $7, $8. They were literally, I was getting like 600 Synthetics a week at one point. That was, yeah, a week at one point. That was crazy. Uh, Miss Hacker, hey Noah, thanks to you, I got into a Curve LP. It's crazy. I'm now into both BNT and Curve. Let your crypto work for you. So what you'll end up getting addicted to is you'll see this real-time revenue. You'll see this income stream, and instead of looking at the principal, meaning I'm assuming you're putting dollars in there, which are stable coins. Instead of looking at Ethereum and assets to go up in value, what you now are thinking, how do I put more dollars into these things so I could get more income? Because if I put enough dollars into these things and you make $1,000 a week from your job, you can make $1,000 a week from your income, just from your money, putting it into Curve and Bancor and Urine and what have you. Literally, just now you're addicted to not, oh, I hope this asset goes up. I hope Ethereum goes to 10 grand. How do I get more dollars? Because I have a revenue stream that I'm building. It changes everything. Everything in your wallet, whether it's dollars or a volatile asset, should be generating a revenue stream. As you can see here, these things just money. I took a visor position, paired it with F, 312%. I took a method position, paired it with F. It's not connected, but it's like 6,000%. That's just crazy sauce. Aave is dollars and not paired with anything, but it's Matic, and I have the curve positions that are generating. I could literally talk about every asset. Okay, fine, one asset, two assets. All right, fine. I got micro positions of the portfolio that don't generate revenue, but everything generates revenue. Bitcoin's generating revenue. Ethereum is on curve generating revenue. RAN dark nodes revenue. Curve Dow token, Curve VE Curve is generating weekly revenue. If you guys didn't know, you go over to VE Curve, and at the bottom of the home screen, I've trimmed my curve position significantly. Oop, zoom out. So if you hold VE Curve, you're getting 7% on your money. So VE Curve generates revenue, but it also facilitates the boost. UST 69%, for example. You need enough curve to generate the max boost. Then the after curve on my list of portfolio size is USDC revenue, Cosmos revenue, Visor paired with Ethereum revenue, X token paired with Ethereum revenue, Polkadot, you delegate revenue, DAI is in Bancor. Do I have Bancor up? I don't have Bancor up to show you guys. Aave is paired with Ethereum and X token market. Revenue, 1inch is revenue. Synthetics is revenue. Method, revenue. Band is inflationary. It's a Cosmos hub. Revenue, Kyber network paired with Ethereum revenue. Alpha's on Bancor generating revenue. Everything in the portfolio generates revenue. I literally will not take a position if I can't generate revenue with it. Chet, KNCA, and XDK. If you have Kyber Network paired with Ethereum and get a boatload of revenue, and be prepared to be prepared for risk and know that you're taking risk because it's not dollar stabilized paired with a dollar stable coin. Ren ain't going up much. How's Ren BTC looking? I don't look at it much because Ren is up like 1,400% for me. So to me, folks are like, you buy it at a dollar and Ren's not going anywhere. For me, Ren looks ridiculous. It's up like 14 times on the money. I bought my Ren positions at 6 cents. It's at $1.11 right now. What is? It's moving $1.09. What's 16 grand worth of Ren? That's worth $326,000. I don't have I can't think about much people complaining at the price point for Ren. I'm sorry. I know people want things to go up, but things don't go up because you want them to go up. And I wrote a tweet the other day that if you want a 10x on an asset, you needed to own it when it was 90% cheaper. You see what I'm saying? If Ren's at a dollar, for it to go 10x, it needs to go to $10. That's a massive number. That'd be a massive, massive number as compared to 6 cents to a dollar. Yeah, oh my God, Costco, 10x on WCrest. I don't have 10x on WCrest, and I never owned the large position, but well, you know what? That is 10x. I bought 100 WCrest for like $500. It was like It was like $4, $45. So there, yeah, I got 100 WCrest, and that's worth $4,500. How do you like them apples? Small position. Frankly, I think that's fine. I'm just going to hold that bad boy. WCrest has the potential to be one of the largest legacy bridges to crypto to the legacy banking system, and that could go 1,000x from here for all we know. Any thoughts on F2 staking platform, Noah? Yeah, you put it in STF. It's STF on Curve. Um, Miss Hacker, well, you get more crypto, but dollars. Or you take risk and you have a speculative asset, but now you have to know how to sell. If Ethereum goes 100% on the money, you got to sell for dollars because dollars gives you your revenue stream. So, and I'm a bit exposed to Ethereum because I'm bullish at the moment, but I have a capacity to liquidate. I hold no allegiance to any of these assets. I will sell everything for dollars and happily take 30% of my money, throwing it into Curve. Okay? I'm just saying. APRs are really good in Radium. That's where I'm farming. If whatever it is, it's okay to do new platforms. I don't know anything about Radium, but everything in your portfolio should be working, boys and girls. Miss Hacker, money print to go per. Crypto printer rather. Money printer. It's just a printer. How are you using your BTC to generate revenue? MakerDAO. I don't. Do I not have it up? I don't have MakerDAO open. So you borrow against it. So if you have a Bitcoin, you could, which is like 60 grand right now, you could borrow $20,000 from MakerDAO, and then you could take that MakerDAO and do what I did, which is I put the cash into Aave. So this is borrowed cash against Bitcoin, earning 10% and 33% incentivized. And I'll show you guys. Literally, Matic is dirt cheap. I'm going to show you guys this right now. We're going to wrap up the stream. So you switch to Matic Network. You open up MetaMask if it ever loads. Matic. You're connected. Oh, it's going to reload. Joy. Yeah, MKR, MRK, MRK. You talking about Maker Powder Monkey? Yeah, MKR. Yeah. So Maker, Link, eGold, EGLD, Elrond. Yeah, there's a couple of assets I wish I had, but it's the assets that got away. You can't own everything. You just can't. Is what it is. So you claim your WMatic. It's basically free. This is like a fraction of the cost of Binance Smart Chain transactions. and I think it's faster. I think it's faster. I mean, it's as simple as that. You go over to QuickSwap, you load up Wmatic, you swap for Matic, select your balance, unwrap, confirm, approve. That was it. It already did it. You go back here, you go to your dashboard. Oh, look, free Matic. I'm going to take 18 Matic. I'm going to put it in. Bloop, bloop. Loads it up. Big bada boom. Confirm. And that's it. That's Matic. It's just like Ethereum. It's identical to Ethereum, except it's Matic network. How crazy is that? And the transactions, boom. It's going to go through in 2 seconds in the UI. Just as fast, if not faster, than Binance Smart Chain, and a fraction of the cost. People complain about Ethereum, and they're talking about Binance Smart Chain. Meanwhile, Matic makes Binance Smart Chain look like Ethereum. It's like 10 times as expensive to operate on Binance Smart Chain comparatively. James says, any simple suggestions on what to do with XTT holdings other than just holding? If you're just holding XTK, you are taking maximum risk. You need to pair assets with other assets. You need to have LP positions. You need to consider dollar protective positions. You need to generate a revenue stream. Don't just buy assets. For instance, if I just had enough capital to buy XTK, I would not buy XTK even if I was ridiculously bullish on it because it doesn't make any money. I needed to pair it with Ethereum. So I bought a fair amount of XTK and I needed to trim other positions to buy the Ethereum so I could have the appropriate LP position. And that is the way you control yourself and do the things you don't necessarily want to do, but you have to stick to a rigorous portfolio strategy because no one else does. People are going to buy XTK and FOMO into it and listen and hear what I'm saying and but that's the wrong behavior. Why is that the wrong behavior? Because that's what everyone else does. And do you think everyone in this market's going to make money? You have to do what everyone else doesn't do. Don't buy just an asset. Don't hold just Ethereum or just XTK or Visor. No, you can't have a position and be strong about it unless you have enough capital to pair it with Ethereum. Work with your portfolio. Don't overextend your portfolio. You can't own everything you want to own. As I said, I don't have any Link. I don't have any Maker. I don't have any Elrond. I don't have it. And I have to live with it because I don't have enough capital for those positions that I want to have. Craig's in the house. How are you? How are you using BTC to generate revenue? I hit that, Dr. T's. Powder Monkey sold his MKR. Big cash there. Keith, what are some ways to use Aave without paying Ethereum gas? You're not going to be able to. Free Ethereum is Loopring Diversify at Diversify on Twitter. And you can do 1 inch transactions. Macha, Matcha, is uh, is the 0x version of 1 inch and has free limit orders. You can do free Ethereum transactions on KeeperDAO, and Bancor is going to have free Ethereum transactions using KeeperDAO at some point in the future. Just tuned in, so I may have missed what you just showed, Keith. I didn't mention anything regarding. Oh, I'm talking. This is Matic. I'm sorry, Keith. This is Aave on Matic network and on Polygon, and it's basically free. It's remarkable. I just great content today, Noah. John, a pleasure. Powder Monkey, 107 link. Oh my God. That's a nice number. 70 people in the stream, 25 likes. We can do better. All right. So today was a lot of content. I talked about don't FOMO. I'm talking about some hot assets that could really ridiculously be bullish. We're talking about a $17 billion platform that's basically going to be dependent on $20 million market cap assets to facilitate status quo LP position functionality. The narrative is set for X token and advisor and method and miss to be 10x, 100x on the money, but you can't just buy them because all we do on this channel is talk about a proper portfolio, not doing things the way everyone else does it. You need to pair it. You need to make capital and recurring revenue streams. I did not buy Visor. I don't own just Visor. I paired my Visor with Ethereum and I'm making a recurring revenue stream. I paired my method with Ethereum. It's a recurring revenue stream. And I pile capital into X token and I'm generating a recurring revenue stream. If I could not do those positions, I would not own these assets, even though they're awesome. For instance, I don't hold any MIST. I don't have a way to capitalize the way I want to. I don't have any excess capital. Stick to strict rules. Don't deviate from strategy. And most important, and I'm going to end on this, don't do things the way everyone else does it. Collect cash, sell when the market's hot, accumulate cash, get addicted to interest on cash, and grow a salary. Put your money to work so you don't have to work. All right. Dr. T, you have a good day. Powder Monkey earning 8% on Link on the SCRT platform. 8%. Yay. Thursday, 12:11 p.m., April 15th. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Tell everyone to subscribe. I'll catch you tomorrow. Y'all have a good one now. Peace.